Alright everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you a very quick tutorial on how to use Zotero. For today's tutorial video we'll briefly talk about how to download and install Zotero on your laptop or computer, and then we'll briefly go through how to import and edit a reference entry on Zotero. Finally, we'll demonstrate how to cite a literature or a study using Zotero in Microsoft Word document. Alright, let's get started. So to download and install Zotero, we need to go to Zotero.org. So for those who don't know what Zotero is, it is a free and open source software where you can store, manage references and incite the references in your Word document, and Zotero will help you to automatically format the references based on a certain reference style, such as IPA7 style or any other style, so it is very convenient. Another software is the EndNote, as some of you may have known, but EndNote is not a free open source software. You have to pay to use EndNote. Alright, let's just go back to the Zotero. Now to download, you click on the download link and then it will lead you to whether, it depends, because I'm using MacBook, so there was the option to do the Zotero 7 for Mac. But if you using it is even got the mobile version, but if you are using Windows, they may show you the Windows version. Now all I need to do is to click on download and then just save wherever the file is. For example, I just click save, okay, and then you wait for it to finish the download, and then you just open it and install it normally. To save time, I probably won't wait for the download to finish, because I already downloaded Zotero and installed it on my computer. Now what I'm showing you is my library. You see I have imported 1,986 items, but once you just install, you may not have anything in this. Alright, now you look at the left side panel, you see that this is where we organize our references into folder. You can right click and then create a new collection. For example, I create a new collection called tutorial, okay, and there I have the new one with the empty folder where I can import. Okay, now so you can actually move it, okay, to the top, I think. Yeah, you can move it within subfolder, but moving to the top might take a bit of time. So probably in this case we can't move to the top, but we can definitely move it under other folder like teacher development. Now you see the tutorial is under the teacher development. If I don't like it, I drag it out or I drag it somewhere else. Okay, now it's not under teacher development anymore. Okay, so that pretty much for download and install. Let's go to the next step, is to import and edit a reference entry. Now there are a couple of ways to import it. It's quite convenient. The first one is, if you have a PDF, you can just drag the PDF right into Zotero right here. Now if I have a PDF like this, systematic review objectivity, like this, okay, and what I need to do is just to drag and drop it. Okay, so I just drag it and drop it into Zotero. So we wait, and then quickly Zotero will help you out with the entry, and it also store the PDF for the entry. Please note that for the free version of Zotero, you have a limit storage capacity, which means that they allow you to store 200 or 500 megabytes of PDF. So if you do this a lot, it won't allow you, or it's allow you but it won't sync. Now remember, Zotero, we got the online Zotero and we got the offline. What I'm showing you is the offline version, but you can surely log in Zotero, creating an account. Let me see if this works. Alright, so I have an account. I'm to the login. Alright, and you can go to web. Once you successfully log in, you can go to web library and then just manage your online references. Now it can sync between the online version and the offline version. So you see that it is sync already. Now I have the tutorial here too. Okay, and it's sync. You see, it's sync online because the two tools are linked. Alright, let's go back to the offline version. Now if you click on the reference, you see on the right hand side, you see the information like what is the item type. You click on that, you see there are a whole range of type. There's an article, there's a letter, there's a book section, which means chapter, the conference paper. It's up to you, but this is an article, so I'm going to leave it like this. The title, if I want to change the title case, I can right click and choose sentence case, which basically means I only need to capitalize the first letter, which is in line with the APA style. And you got the author, publication, you got pages, journal, and all sort of other references. Alright, so that is the first type of import. And if you like to edit it, you can just edit it right here. Okay, you can click on that one and just edit, or click on that one and choose a different type like book. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, but once you change your type, are you sure you want to change the item type? If you don't like it, you click cancel. Alright, so that's pretty much for the first type. The second type is to use DOI link, which is super convenient. Now the same here, if I just right click and click remove or move item to trash. If you move item to trash, it will delete the reference completely. If you just remove item from collection, it will keep the items, but it will just remove it out of this folder. And this guy, I just moved the item to trash. Alright, and I click OK. Now I'm going to show you the second way to import the reference using DOI link. DOI is a unique link assigned for each article, and each article only have one unique DOI link. Now I copied the link. Okay, now the second way to import into Zotero is to use this icon. It's called add item by DOI ID, thing like that. Most often we use DOI, and you click on that, you click enter, and Zotero will search on the internet, and it will also retrieve the item, the reference, and added it to Zotero for you. And I can change title case too. And you see, this is a very convenient function in Zotero. I use this a lot because it saves a lot of time. Alright, and finally, if you don't like any of this, you can add it manually. Sometimes you have a document that doesn't have the PDF, or it doesn't have the DOI link, you can add manually. So the way you add manually, you click on this one and you choose journal article, for example, and then once you add this one, it's empty, you go to the right and you add a title, the author, last name, first name. I will just make up a title like using technology for English language teaching. Okay, and then first name, surname. I'll just make up name, and then I will use publication. I will say now here it is a journal publication. I will say International Journal of English Teaching. Now I'll just make up the name, but the date is the year. If you 2025, put 2025 in. Now you see that it will start to add, you know, add the name in. Okay, and it's something like this. Okay, so this is how you do it manually. Okay, you may need to add your own drawing or whatever next. Okay, so that's pretty much. I should delete that one because it's no needed for that. Now the third part in our tutorial is how to start using Zotero, which is the most important one. Now once you install Zotero, it should add a plugin to your Microsoft Word document. Okay, now you look at on the ribbon here, there's a Zotero ribbon. Okay, now for example, you are saying something, say something like input, something like zone of proximal development. Proximal development is a concept that can be used to explain second language learning process. Now, for example, I have a statement here and I want to cite something. I click on add or citation, okay? And it will ask you to choose citation style. Now, you have a range of styles you can use, and you can also manage style, which basically means you can add more styles. But in this case, I'll just click IPA 7, okay, and click OK. Alright, and it will show you a box where you can search for literature, because I'm talking about ZPD, okay, and imagine I will just randomly pick one. So if I search for my name, for example, and then I will find a paper on ZPD, for example this one, okay, and you see that it shows up the name here, and I click OK. Now you see that it will automatically add based on IPA style like this, okay, the surname and the year, okay. So that's it called in-text citation, okay. Now sometimes you want to start with the author names, not at the end of it like this. This is like a default, but you want to start with the author first, something like Vygotsky, 1978, claim that, okay, claim that the development of higher psychological function first appear in the social plan or stage. Alright, whatever it is, okay. Now the reference here is start the sentence. It's not similar to the previous one where the reference is put at the end of the sentence. In this case, what you want to do is Zotero. Now, what you want to do is to remove the name. Zotero doesn't allow you to have the author starting like this. It will always put the author in the bracket. Okay, so you need to type in the author yourself. Okay, and then you will add Zotero. You click on add one and you find the reference you like. In this case, I'm looking for Vygotsky. Vygotsky 1978. Okay, now I have it here. I click on that one. Okay, and I click on the reference one more, and I click omit author. Okay, imagine if I don't use it, I click enter, it will show me this. Okay, but I want the sentence to start with Vygotsky without the parentheses like this. In Zotero, we can do this by remove the name, okay, and we have to type the author name manually. Now, if you want to edit this one, you go to add or edit citation, not bibliography. Okay, citation. You go here again, you click on that one, and you click omit author, and you click enter. Okay, you click enter, and then it will remove the author. Now the author you have to type in manually like this. Okay, now you see that I have presented two examples of citing references using endnotes, one at the end of the sentence and one at the start. Okay, now imagine this is our manuscript introduction or whatever, um, and then literature review, this is methodology, result, and then discussion. Now we got a section called reference, and we need to list all references that we cite. Now because Zotero, we use Zotero so we can easily add a list of references by click on add bibliography here. Okay, and it will say access, which is allow them, and you see that it will help us automatically add these two references that we cite over here, and it will format it based on the style that we chose, which is IPA style. Okay, this is the title of the paper, for example. Alright everyone, so you see that this is how we use Zotero. Okay, once you update this, it will automatically update the reference for you without the need to do it manually. Okay, so thanks for your watching, and that also concludes this quick tutorial for beginners in using Zotero. Bye for now.